What's going on, everybody? What's up? What's up? Hope everybody's doing good. Got a new setup, so I'm still trying to work through all the kinks. So give me a minute. I'm late, so I'm fashionably late. Let's see here. Got to share the screen. Here to get JC Sheldon's new shoe. I mean, everyone's getting their shoes now, so I'm excited for the Asia shoe. It looks sick. And they're having multiple colors too, so it'll be legit. I have to figure out, for some reason it's not letting me share my screen, so I gotta mess with it for a second. It's wanting me. What in the world? All right. Well, we'll just hang out. We'll answer some questions. And then I guess I'll just go through some stuff because I'm going to have to figure out on this screen share. I don't know what's up with it and why it's not letting me. I got a new laptop, so I'm working on it too. So it's been fun. All right. What's good, Boborg? What's good? What's good, Rusty? How you doing? I appreciate it. Yeah, I've been working hard on the new setup. I got to get some more. I got to get some of my jerseys signed. So I think this year I'm going to make it a point to get out to some games. I'll go down to Dallas and maybe try and catch a dream game so I can get Ryan's auto on her jersey. I'd love to go to a Sparks game or an Aces game to get some jerseys signed because I have a few for those players. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. Let's get some money. I mean, I'm all for new eyes on the product, so it's going to be fun. Like this season's going to be crazy. I think we're going to get some crazy contests. The people I've been talking to said, I mean, last year what did we max out at 20 or 25K to first? So I think that's where there's no NBA, there's no competition. If it's a pretty good size contest with multiple games, I think we could get a 30K to first, and maybe more. I mean, I'm still trying to get a live final. That's what I'm trying to work for. I don't have much pull, but I've been talking to everyone that I can to try and get a live final for Queen of the Court because I'm going to grind Queen of the Court this year a little bit harder than I did last year. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, and I would love to come up to Minnesota. Fee is like super high on my list. Like she would like Fee and Ryan and like Fee, Ryan, Asia, and Shakira would replace either of these two right here. But I bought like 8 of these shadow boxes. And as I get a new one, like as I get one finished or one signed or whatever, I'll just add it to the wall and then I can just rotate who I want to be the backdrop. But yeah, I would love to come up to Minnesota and watch a game and meet Fee. Fee's the best. I put a future on her to win MVP. I think the odds it was kind of bad. I can't believe. Actually, let's look and see if they've changed that. Let's see here. Sportsbook. Okay. Let's see. And I'm going to be in Kansas this weekend, so I can bet on the book some more. Let's see if they've added anything else. WNBA futures. So they only have the champion now, of course. But I mean, there's some decent odds on champions. Like, I don't know. There's just some stuff out there that like championship odds, like Liberty are the favorite, plus 220, Aces plus 280, Lynx plus 370, Fever plus 400, Mercury 1500, Sparks 5K, Dream 5K, Storm 7K. Like if I'm taking like shots on any of these, I'm probably going to take a shot on like Minnesota plus 370. I think they're going to be extremely hungry coming back. I think that there's value there. I bet fee MVP odds. I think it was plus 250. She had the third best odds, but they don't have it anymore on DraftKings. And then like I don't mind Seattle plus 7K. Like they're going to be solid. They're super deep. Obviously losing Lloyd hurts, but they're going to get the number 2 overall pick. They're not going to lack scoring. I mean, they're still going to have Skylar Diggins-Smith, NECA, all those girls. The Fever plus 400, Stephanie White. I mean, there's a lot to like there too. So there's a lot of good bets. We're going to talk about that. Like, I guess we can just go right in. So obviously everyone knows like signed on with Odd Shopper and Tails for this next season. Really excited about it. Going to be offering premium content. That's where all my premium content is going to be. Still be doing daily videos on YouTube. We'll still do live before locks on here as well, but they will not lead up to lock anymore. They'll just be a little bit earlier, and then I'll go do live before lock for premium subscribers. Going to have content for underdog drafts daily, slate notes, kind of the game stacks that I'll be targeting. I'll have rankings every day for underdog drafts. I'll have best ball rankings because the birdies have told me that is 100% happening. I'm trying to push DraftKings into making it happen, but I know that underdog is leaning that way. Then I'll have player pools, core plays for DraftKings and FanDuel. I'll have private roster construction videos for DraftKings and FanDuel because apparently FanDuel is also going to be upping a lot of their prize pools. Like, because I told them last year it was really disappointing seeing DraftKings just blow them out of the water every night. So I'm hoping. I don't have much hope in FanDuel anymore. It's just what it is. It's crazy that 2018 or 2018, 2019, even 2020, like if you wanted to play WNBA DFS, you pretty much had to play on FanDuel because DraftKings would give $100 to first. So now everything's changed. So now it's DraftKings only. Like DraftKings is really the only one that's supporting the WNBA. So it is what it is, but we will take what we can get. But yeah, best ball. I'm so excited. They're gonna get much money from me. And that's what I told them. I said, look, whatever contest you come out with, whether it's $3 100 max or $5 50 max or $10 50 max, whatever, I said it'll fill because I'll max it. I'll have so many people in the Discord will be playing it. Everyone will max it. We'll try and not all draft together. Like that would not be ideal, but I'm really excited. It's right around the corner too. I mean, we're 2 months away from the draft, so it should be coming up pretty quick. The only worry I have with it, and it kind of goes into this, like there's only a month. Like after the draft, there's only a month before the season starts. So unlike every other sport, like preseason is 2 games. Like these girls, they get to play 2 games, and there's not really much of a preseason. That's why you see a lot of like the rookies hit a rookie wall at some point because they've just played an entire college season and they get like a week off and then they're right back into it. Preseason for their WNBA team. It's a lot, but I I'm hoping for 100 max. I think it'll be more like 60 to 75. I think they'll be cautious with it on the first year, and then maybe expand it next year or later on. But I'm hoping for 60 to 75. I could see 50. I hope it's more than 20 because I'll burn through 20 in a day. I'll definitely need more than just like one contest. Like if it's a $5 contest, I'm gonna need like a $3, a $5, a $10. And when we get best ball, if we get any high rollers, like if we get $100 best ball, I will enter it and I will stream it, and we'll go through that. But I'm hoping we get a few different options. I hope it's not just, oh, here's your $5 50 max and see you later. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Like that. That's what I'm most excited for. Is the underdog drafts. Like they become like a staple for me last year. Towards the end of the season, it was just an everyday thing for me, and I loved them. Let's see if we'll burn through these teams real quick. A couple things have happened since the last stream I did. I obviously did the one with Zoe, and my internet was really bad. I tried getting him on tonight, but he is moving, so he's not available. So it's just me. You're stuck with just me, and I can't get screen share to work for some unknown reason. It only wants to share specific things, which is weird. So we'll just roll with it this way, and then I'll figure it out for the next one. But there's a few things I wanted to talk about. Obviously, already shouted out the premium content, $25 a month or $100 for a full year. You get 2 extra months if you just get the full year. And after the WNBA season ends, I'll be doing other content. I'll have some college football. I'll have some MMA. I'll have some Call of Duty. I'll dip my toes in a little bit of pretty much everything. But for the most part, right now, it's just WNBA. But if you do get the full year package, the 12 months, you will get at least 2 months of WNBA stuff for free. And then you'll get like anything extra as well. So wanted to give that package a little bit of a big boost to anybody that wants that. When does the season start back up? It is May the 16th, I believe, is opening night, 3-gamer. We get the Valks first game is opening night. It's the late game. Let me see, just to make sure I am right. Yep. Friday, May 16th, opener, Dream at the Mystics, Lynx at the Wings, Sparks at the Valkyrie. So we got a 3-gamer Friday, a 3-gamer Saturday, 2-gamer Sunday. We have a run where it's like when we start up, it's like a 13 or 14 day stretch where we have games like every day, and then we'll go into our normal Mondays off, and then we'll have a random day off every now and then, but Mondays will typically be our day off. All right, let's look here. Yeah, underdog is my favorite. Like I as much as I love DFS, those daily drafts were amazing. Yep, maxing the daily drafts. Like I probably won't max it, but I got to where I was doing 20 drafts every day. Like that was kind of my where I would set my limit. Sometimes I would do 40, but 20 times 5. I mean, I was putting $100 in there a day. You get enough exposure to all the players you want. You can do some game stacks. You can do some goofy stuff. There's just so much stuff you can do on those underdog dailies. Like they're a blast. I cannot wait. And speaking of underdog, like I am partnered with Underdog, so that'll be who I'll be using for props as well. Obviously, like I'm not that prominent with props. I will post some in the Discord, ones that catch my eye. And on Underdog, like you can do the streak. I really like that. I'm going to try my damnedest to hit the max at least once or twice this year. That is on my goal list, as well as some other stuff. Next to the EDD, we're going to have a whiteboard, and we're going to have some fun with it. We're going to have, anytime somebody takes something down, they're going to get added to the whiteboard. We're going to have some goals. We're going to have some fun stuff up there. It's going to be a lot of fun. And then anyone that is considering joining the premium content, first 10 signees on the full season, all entered into a drawing. Winner gets a WNBA jersey of their choice. So completely free. You just pick the jersey. I'll order it and ship it to you. So straight up for the first 10 people that sign up, just a little added bonus. Wanted to drum up some interest. Obviously, the season's still a couple months away, but we've been throwing some Call of Duty notes in there, some MMA notes in there. And we've got a bunch of different channels in there for people, anybody that wants to talk, whatever. Let's see here. And I did see somebody dropped another mock draft. Somebody I follow on Twitter. I can't remember her name. She's a great follow. I'm going to find it because she deserves to be shouted out. Let's see here. Mercury are announcing some people back. So they brought back Celeste Taylor. They brought back Natasha Mack. So both those ladies are back with the Mercury. Rachel Galligan, great follow on Twitter. She did a mock on Bleacher Report, and it's pretty solid. I don't agree with everything, but a lot of it I do agree with. So we'll talk about that here in a bit. But yes, sir. Get that takedown. I think my goals this year, I want to take down a big contest on DraftKings. Obviously took down on Underdog last year. Would love to do that again. FanDuel, I guess we'll see. Like, it's not going to make my opening day like whiteboard material if I want to take down or not. Obviously I want to take down every time I play, but if I'm saving my takedowns, I'm probably going to lean towards DraftKings and Underdog. But yeah, and then I want to get like multiple seats to Queen of the Court. Hopefully we get a live final. There's a lot of stuff I want to see. I want to see takedowns like we did last year. The screenshot channel in the Discord was going nuts last year. So that's what I'm hoping we can keep that up and keep it going. Yeah, that's me. Like I don't use FanDuel for anything. Like it has $0 in there. I will have to redeposit. I'm gonna play just because I'll be doing content for it. Even if the contests aren't the best, but I'm hoping that they'll step it up. I mean, with the way DraftKings is showing support for the W, I think FanDuel will kind of have to not get left behind. But I don't know. Like I really don't know what to expect with FanDuel. Yeah, I've made the complete switch to DraftKings. I do like FanDuel Sportsbook. I like it more than DraftKings when I'm able to bet on the books. But yeah, FanDuel has just gotten rough lately. But there's like last year, especially, I saw comments like, "Hey, what are your thoughts on FanDuel?" Or people would be in the live before locks asking about asking FanDuel questions. So I wanted to have content for it because I know that people will play over there. So All right, let's look at some of these rosters real quick. Then I'll talk through this mock draft, and then we can roll on out of here. I've been sick, so I'm battling that. I'm having to pour the water down me. So me and Zoe did talk a little bit about the Atlanta Dream. I really like the acquisitions they've made. I know I've seen a lot of people giving them like a B- or like a straight up B for their offseason grade. I think that's a little harsh. I think it's a B+ or maybe even an A-. I mean, when you talk about he wants to shoot a lot of threes, and they bring in BG and Brianna Jones, two people that probably don't go that well together, but I think it's going to work. Like, obviously, Bree's going to have to play the 4 and be out of the paint a little bit more. But when you're talking Jordan Canada, Alicia Gray, and Ryan Howard are setting up outside of them. I mean, Jordan Canada, she's a elite passer. She gets the ball to the shooters. She can get the ball in the post. Obviously, we saw it last year with Tina Charles. Tina just ate last year. And I mean, Tina is not young. She's old. She's been around forever. So I think BG's in for a great year. I think Brianna Jones will play really well because she'll be guarded by the 4. People won't be able to double her. People won't be able to put their center on her. They'll have to put a smaller player on her and they'll have to double BG most of the time. So I think this team is set up pretty well. I want to see how the new coach runs things because the way he ran things in college, he wants to run 5 out. He wants everyone at the 3-point line. He wants 3-point shooters. That's just the way he is. But, I mean, BG's not a 3-point shooter. Brianna Jones isn't a 3-point shooter. But Ryan Howard is. And she ain't afraid. She will shoot it no matter what. I'm excited. I do like the bench pieces. Like they picked up SWK. I think that she'll be solid off the bench. Moves Nia Coffey back to the bench. Moves Naz Hillman back to the bench. They still have Maya Caldwell. They still have Haley Jones for reasons. But I'm excited for this dream team. I think they're going to be solid. I think they'll be better than they were last year. I just want to see how BG and Brianna Jones work together. I just don't know how well it's going to work. I can't believe they signed both, but I mean, it's a 1-year experiment. If it works, cool. If it doesn't, they'll make some changes. Yeah, BG's been cashing those checks in Unrivaled. I don't think she really wants to be there. She's been getting that money. Yeah, Ryan, that's the thing you got to live with the way she is, the way she shoots. She's going to shoot 3 of 17 or she's going to shoot 12 of 15 and win you every dollar in every contest. But they're going to have some up and downs, but I think their guards are just going to have so many open shots. Like Alicia Gray, I think she's going to take another offensive step forward. I think Ryan Howard's going to have to, but Ryan has always like taken contested shots. And I think with BG soaking up a lot of focus in the paint, I think it's going to open up a lot for Ryan, for Alicia Gray. I mean, I'm excited for that team. I just want to see. I want to see how the preseason games look. I want to see kind of what they do with their starting lineup. If they try to stagger BG and Bree Jones minutes, like I could see them doing that. I could see them starting both, but maybe Bree Jones comes out at like the 6-minute mark. You get BG to play the first like 8 minutes. Then you bring Brianna Jones back in. I could see them really trying to stagger them. But yeah, I think 5, 6, 7 is right in line for where I'm expecting Atlanta to be. Yeah, somewhere right around there. I think if I had to pick, it's probably. I mean, you got New York, Las Vegas, Indiana, Phoenix, and like probably Seattle. Hold on. What I say? New York, Minnesota, Las Vegas, Indiana, Phoenix. Yeah. So then you got like Seattle, Atlanta. So yeah, 6, 7, 5, like anywhere in that 5 to 7 range. I do think they're like a solid team. I think they'll for sure make the postseason. But just because there's some bad teams. Like I think the Valkyries are going to be fun. Do I think they'll be very good? Probably not. The Sun are terrible. The Wings will be okay. The Sparks are going to be a lot better. But then like the Mystics, I don't know what the Mystics are doing. The Mystics are just so bad. They haven't made one single move this offseason. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know what they're doing. And then next team, let's talk about the Sky real quick. Another team don't really know what they're doing. Obviously, they had the train wreck situation that was Kennedy Carter. Obviously, apparently, the news that's I've been hearing is that the former coach was kind of letting her just run wild, and that's kind of why Teaspoon got fired, and that's kind of why Kennedy Carter is not on the Sky anymore. But she's running out of places to go. Like either she's going to have to make up and play for the Sky, like try and make things right, or she has to take like a veteran minimum and play for a winner. Like I just don't know what they're going to do. Obviously, the Sky. Personally, for me, they just need to build around Cardosa and Angel Reese. Obviously, got better coaching now. I think they'll be about the same as they were this past year. I don't think they're making the playoffs. But I do like Sloot going back. She's going to be able to get the ball to their up-and-coming bigs, and that's something that they couldn't do last year. Like she's going to put Angel Reese and Camila Cardosa in good situations where they get the ball, they can make easy baskets. So I do think they'll be a little bit better in that regard. They just really lack any power shooting the ball. Like they need a shooting guard so bad. Like if they trot out Kia Nurse, like good luck. I'm sorry, good luck. She's super inconsistent. Kennedy Carter, if Kennedy Carter was on this team, I would say they're right behind Atlanta. Like I think if their starting lineup was Courtney Vandersloot, Kennedy Carter, Rebecca Allen, for how long she plays, who knows? She's getting older, but she's a great 3-and-D player when she's healthy. Angel Reese and Camila Cardosa with E-Will, with a quite a bit of talent on the bench. Like that's not a bad team, but they don't have Kennedy Carter. So who's going to lead them in scoring? Like, do they just tell Angel, like, go back to the LSU days where you take 18, 20 shots a game? She needs to expand her range if she's going to do that. Like, they're just going to crash in on her and not let her shoot 6-footers. But yeah, their front office, it's rough. The new Sky fans hate Dane Evans. Yeah, that's bad. That's bad. And this is something I could see because she puts up 50-point triple doubles over there. They don't play defense. She's an electric player. She just is completely unhinged. Like you cannot trust her as far as you could throw her. I mean, this is her third team that she like at some point, like it's not really like the teams that you're playing on. It's you. Like you started all the crap in Atlanta, like just destroyed the locker room. Then you went to LA and they weren't even there half a season and destroyed that locker room. Now Chicago, same thing. Like I don't know. I don't know how many more chances. Like her talent level should get her chances, but it's crazy to me that we're less than three months from the season and she's just unsigned. Like nobody wants to take a chance on her. And yep, the Sky draft is absolutely crucial. Like, they have to nail it. I agree. I think Sonia Citron needs to be the pick at 3, unless for some reason Olivia Miles falls. She doesn't go second. I think that would be the pick, but it has to be Citron. Like, she would slot in. She should start right away. Personally, in my opinion, if they draft Sonia Citron, she should start over Kia Nurse right away. She can shoot the 3 ball. She plays impeccable defense. Yeah, Carter, she has issues. Yeah, she has just so many issues. Like, and she's such a good player. Like, that's what just kills me. Like, that, then they have like Banham off the bench, Onyenwer, Mariah Jefferson. Like, their team's not terrible. They just lack like someone that can lead them, like that can be the leader of that team. Let's talk about the poor old Connecticut Sun. There's really not much to talk about on this team. One, I can't believe they're not trading Marina Mabry. You traded everyone else. Like, what makes you want to keep Marina Mabry? 2, they have her and Natasha Cloud. They have Tina Charles that they signed for reasons I don't know. Why would you sign Tina Charles when you have Olivia Nelson-Adota? You're going into a rebuild. Why would you sign Tiffany or Tina Charles for a 20th year in the league and not play Olivia Nelson-Adota? Like, that just makes no sense to me. But I could see him playing Ono at the 4. That team is bad. It's so stinky. Yeah. This is exactly why they brought her back. This is probably her last run. I don't mind it. I just think if you're full punting like they absolutely are, since they've traded everyone, I think it would have been smart to just play Ono. But this team, like Layla Lakin, I'm excited to see her if she's going to play. JC Sheldon obviously got traded here. This team here is going to be filled with international players. Like, you're going to see a lot of international players because this is the Belgium coach. Belgium. This is the Belgium coach that coached the national team, who's the new coach here. I could see Emma Miesemann maybe ending up here and playing the 4. Yep, Emma coming and playing the 4 absolutely could land here. They got Yvonne Anderson, those that played the Olympics. Yvonne Anderson, we didn't get to play her, but we played some props of her, and she is a shooter. She likes to shoot the ball. But I don't know. It's going to be different. Like, they've been good for years. No Alyssa Thomas on that team. It's just going to be weird, like, to see a Connecticut Sun team without Alyssa Thomas. But yeah, Mabry Cloud. It's probably, like, if I had to guess, they're probably just going to start like a Diamond to Shields, and it's going to be gross. It really just depends, like, what they get in the draft. Kind of what they do. Oh man, kind of what they do there. But yeah, that's a rough starting 5. Personally, I do think Emma Miesemann ends up in Connecticut just because I don't think Ono plays the 4 that well. I think she's strictly a 5. But yeah, it's rough. I mean, I kind of got the hint that AT didn't want to be there anymore after the whole sharing their practice facility with a kid's birthday party for a playoff game. So that's pretty rough. All right, we'll quickly shift over to the Dallas Wings, which obviously have pick 1. They're going to draft Paige. She's coming out. Paige, Arike, Big T, Dejanay, Melissa Smith starting 5. I don't mind that. Then they have Misha Hines Allen off the bench. She can play some small ball 5. They got Maddie Segrist off the bench, Ty Harris. They still have Lou Lopez. They have Joyner Holmes. They have my Yamamoto, which is super, super cool. I really, really hope that that she ends up posting and coming over and playing. My Yamamoto is one of my favorite players to play that plays overseas. She's young, she can play. I just don't know if she'll post. I imagine she just stays overseas. But the fact they have her on a reserve contract is cool. Yeah, what big T are we getting? I mean, before they signed Misha Hans-Allen and Joyner Holmes, I was like, man, they're going to have to play Big T 30 minutes a night. And I got excited. And then they signed both those, and I was like, all right, they're going to play Big T about 24 minutes a night. But like last year, if she comes out and is aggressive and gets the ball and starts well, she's going to nuke slates, because I imagine they probably play Misha Hans-Allen as a small ball five, for backup minutes. I don't think they're going to play Joyner Holmes personally. So I could see Big T playing 28 to 30 minutes a night. And if you're getting 30 minutes a night out of someone who's like a 1.2 fantasy point per minute player, 7,500. If she's 7,500 on DK, it's going to be hard not to play her. But there's not a lot. Then they got Gazelle Soder. They've been picking up some solid overseas players. They got Minka Herbert Harrigan on a reserve. They still have Awak Kawir if she comes back. Then the new kid on the block, we got the Golden State Valkyries. Obviously, I'm really excited for this team, mostly for DFS. I think their defense is going to be abysmal, but they're going to be fun offensively. Big signing with Tiffany Hayes. She's going to be DFS gold, just because she's going to take a ton of shots. They brought in Talbot, Thornton, Billings, Burton, Kate Martin, who I'm really excited to see in year two. She's going to get a lot more shots with not being on the Aces. There's going to be shots to go around on this team. Then they did the whole dabbling into the international pool. They brought in, obviously signed Van Loo in the expansion draft. They brought in Fag Binley and Xander Lassini in the expansion draft. They signed Rupert. They signed Maria Conde. Then they signed Linskins and Salon. Both those are solid international players that played in the Olympics. They're going to be fun. I think this will be one of the biggest edges for best ball and underdog drafts, especially to start, because people won't really know what to expect from them. I really, really hope that Malonga falls to them at 4, but falls to them at 5. Sorry, they have picked 5. Washington has 4. I hope Malonga falls to them at 4, because if Washington takes Malonga, she's a 19-year-old 6'6" super stud. She's going to be awesome. I want to see Malonga on the Valkyrie team, because she's going to fit what they're not trying to win this year. They would play her a ton and let her grow into her game. It would be a lot like her playing a college season, but playing the WNBA pros. She already played in the Olympics and was great. She went head to head with Asia in the gold medal game. She's super talented. I don't know. That's why I see everyone mocking Malonga to Washington, but Shakira, if Shakira's healthy, she's their best player. She was awesome when she was healthy last year. So I don't know. I think Golden State's going to work a deal to trade with Washington, to move up a spot to get her, guarantee that they get her. Then Washington would have pick 5 and pick 6. Washington needs a lot. They need to hit the reset button. they probably need to try and trade Atkins. They probably need to try and trade Sykes. But, I mean, you just lost Van Loo in the expansion draft. Why they didn't protect her, I don't know. They let Shatori Walker-Kimbrough go. There's a lot. Like Washington it's bad. And Edwards is a bright spot. I think the post duo of Edwards and Austin would be like it's a great duo to build around. Like those are your two young building blocks. Yeah, like the sky should be calling up Washington about Ariel Atkins. She plays great defense. She doesn't cause any problems, and she's a great 3-point shooter. She's exactly what they need. She would be a perfect fit there. But I'm excited for this Washington or Golden State team. I think they're going to be a lot of fun. But the team that won the offseason is the Indiana Fever. I mean, they got arguably the best coach in the WNBA to leave the Connecticut Sun. Obviously, she knew that the team was going to nuke off and get rid of everybody. So she left. Connecticut got nothing for her. She just dipped. And then I told everybody that they won the offseason. I tweeted it out that they won the offseason before free agency even begun. Then from the jump, I was screaming, I want to see Natasha Howard on the Indiana Fever. That come true. That's awesome. I love that pickup for them. Then they went and signed DeWanna Bonner and shocked the hell out of me because this team is awesome. This team is loaded. And if they stay healthy and if they all click together, because as we saw the first year, the Aces formed their super squad and got everyone together. They didn't win. They won the second and the third year. The New York Liberty formed their super team. They didn't win the first year. They won the second year. So that will tell all. Can Indiana get going? Because this is probably just a one-year run because DeWanna Bonner signed a one-year deal. Natasha Howard signed a one-year deal. Kelsey Mitchell re-signed a one-year deal. Everyone's going to get ready for the big CBA bump next year. Obviously, we're going to have a lockout. I'm fully prepared for it. But it's coming, so we just got to get ready for it. But everyone's signing one-year deals. So this is probably a one and done. Like this team is straight up one and done, and they could win it. Like if you told me right now that you think the Indiana Fever will win the WNBA championship, you'd get no argument from me because this team is awesome. There's only one basketball though, and luckily, Caitlin Clark has no problems dishing it out 15, 16 times a game. I think she breaks every assist record. I really think she averages like 14 assists a game. I really think a stat line. I do think her point per game, like you got people like that are thinking she's going to rattle off like 25, 15, and 8. And I don't think it's that high, but obviously that's just a ludicrous season. If she's able to do it, I mean, I'm not going to doubt her, but I think she's going to put out like a 20, 14, and 7 or 6, 20, 14, and 6. I really think she's going to average like 14 or 15 assists a game because she has so many they did exactly what they needed to do with her. They surrounded her with shooters everywhere. Like, on the court with her, coming off the bench now. I mean, she's super good friends with Lexi Hull coming off the bench now. She's got Sophie Cunningham now that's going to be coming off the bench. I mean, you've got DeWanna Bonner, who's doesn't need any introduction. She's one of the best scorers in the league's history. Then you're adding Natasha Howard, who's a proven scorer. You got Kelsey Mitchell, who all she ever wants to do is score. They're going to be fun, and they're going to be really, really hard to beat. I mean, Then you got like they signed Sydney Colson. They still have Dantas. They brought in Bree Turner. I don't think she's going to play very much, but I mean, they could trot her out there just to play defense. Like, they don't need her to score. Like, that's what people that watched Bree Turner play last year and was like, oh, she averaged 1 point a game. That's not what she does. When she was a starter for Phoenix, all she did was get rebounds, play defense. That was it. Like, and that's all this team needs her to do. Like, they don't need, if she gets an offensive rebound, her job would be to kick it back out to Caitlin Clark. And she just doesn't need to do anything. So I do think she's going to get some minutes, but yeah, this team is crazy. This team is going to be fun. Now it's going to be interesting to see kind of how everything shakes out. I do think everyone's point per game numbers are going to come down. I think the biggest loser in all this is probably Kelsey Mitchell, just because she doesn't really do much else besides score. And she's not going to get 20 shots a game anymore. She's going to get 10 to 14, maybe like that 8 to 14 range. I think it hurts her the most. Bonner's going to stuff the stat sheet. Natasha Howard's going to grab rebounds. Leah Boston's going to be a double-double machine. And Caitlin Clark, she's going to take her shots. Nobody's going to be able to double her anymore. And she's just going to get everyone the ball when they're open. Yeah, Kelsey, she's going to get to the free throw line. Like, she's a great dribble and drive. She loves to attack. Yeah, I mean, she's still going to put up she's going to have some huge games, but I think she's going to be the one that takes the biggest hit on the squad. I really do. And I hate that for her, because she re-signed not knowing that DeWanna Bonner was coming, and maybe even Natasha Howard. But I mean, if you want to win a championship, they brought the Thunder. I'm really excited for Boston. I was really high on her rookie year. I thought she started abysmally bad last year, but she was out of shape, and she fully admitted that she was out of shape. She's not making that same mistake again. She'll be ready to go when the season starts. And now that she's played a season with Clark, like her and Clark, what's crazy is she don't even have to do the pick and rolls with Clark anymore. It's going to be Nat. Like, Nat's just going to, because Nat'll be the enforcer. She has no problem like worrying about anyone in the league. Like, Nat will go up and set a hard screen on anybody. So I do think Boston's going to get a lot more one-on-ones. They might play 4 out and just leave Boston down in the post. Yep, this is going to be the problem. This right here. Not playing too many people from Indiana. That's and you're going to have to nail it when you get it right, because there's going to be some slate breakers. One of their players are going to break every slate that they're on. They're going to play better defense because Stephanie White's the head coach, and they're going to score a lot of points because they're going to play fast. Yep, Caitlin's going to be 13K. Last year, when Asia Wilson was 13K pretty much every night, she was worth it. Caitlin Clark's going to be the same thing, because her floor is probably going to be 50, just on the peripheral stats alone. And I agree. I think she can. I think that, especially like if she puts up like a 40-point game, 70 or 80 is well within reach. So I'm trying to remember the highest WNBA DFS score that I can remember. And I think it was Asia. And I think it was like 79. I think, if I'm remembering right. I may be just like full space in it. But I think it was Asia, and it was like 79. But I do think Caitlin could get there. Like, just because she, and like, nobody talks about it, but she gets a lot of blocks. Like, she can get stocks too. So it's that team. I'm really excited for that team. Like, obviously, they're the most popular team. Caitlin Clark's got just insane fan base, but like for good reason. They're going to be a lot of fun. Let's see here. We'll move on to the Aces. Obviously, not a lot to talk about with the Aces. I mean, obviously the big move, trading Plum, bringing in Joel Lloyd. I think it makes them a little bit better, just because Lloyd's a better defender. She's pretty much just going to soak in all of Plum's shots. Asia Wilson is Asia Wilson. She's incredible. Chelsea Gray's getting older. A little bit worried about that. Jackie Young, hopefully she's a little bit healthier this year, but she's not been healthy for Unrivaled. She is like, and that's worrying me because she needs to get healthy. If Jackie Young is not healthy, this team is doomed from the start. Kia Stokes, I can't believe they haven't tried moving her. But they did reload the bench, obviously losing Alicia Clark and Tiffany Hayes. Both of them got a little bit of a pay raise, so can't really blame them. But like they're starting five, they're going to run out Chelsea Gray, Jackie, Jewel Lloyd, Cheyenne Parker, and Asia. And then you got a bench unit of like Tiffany Mitchell. I like that pickup. Megan Gustafson, Dana Evans. They brought back Queen Egbo that I was happy about. But I am really excited for Elizabeth Kitley. I think Kitley is going to have a breakout year. She was a great player at Virginia Tech. She could score 18 feet from the basket. And apparently all the stuff I've been reading is Asia Wilson. That's her pet. Like she loves Liz. So I'm hoping she takes her under her wing, kind of teaches her the ropes, and we don't have to play Kia Stokes anymore. That's what I'm hoping. But we'll see. I'll never count Asia Wilson and this team out, but it's tough for me to see them winning this year. It's just tough. Like I don't know. Like when I look at their team, yes, I think they got better in their starting five by bringing in Cheyenne Parker, by upgrading Kelsey Plum to Joel Lloyd, especially on the defensive end there. But I don't think their bench got better. I just don't. Like losing Tiffany Hayes really hurts. Like she brought such a punch off of the bench. And like Alicia Clark, like the veteran leadership that they had off the bench, then they lost like Kate Martin, obviously. Like to them, it wasn't a big loss at the time, but had you told them like Tiffany Hayes was going to leave like in free agency, they would have kept Kate Martin. So I'm excited to see Dana Evans on this team. Like I think she's a good player. She just needs a team that believes in her, and the Sky just quit believing. Yeah, they have to start Cheyenne over Stokes. Like that has to. Have to. And they may play Asia at the 4 and let Cheyenne play the 5 because Cheyenne's a big old girl and she likes to play the 5. So they may just let her do that. I'm still going to root for my my Aces, but it's tough. I don't know how much I believe in them this year. I am really excited to see Joel Lloyd on this team though. But let's talk about where Kelsey Plum ended up because this team is a ton of fun. The LA Sparks, and there's a lot to like here. There's a lot to like on the Sparks. They're going to trot out a starting lineup, probably Odyssey Sims, Kelsey Plum, Rakia Jackson, Dearica Hamby, and Cameron Brink. That's a really, really good starting 5. Obviously, we need to see how healthy Cam Brink is if she misses the first part of the year. But she looks to be healthy. I don't know if they'll just take it slow with her. Then you've got like a bench unit of Ray Burrell, who's a great player. She needs to play more. You got Azura Stevens. They gave Mercedes Russell a ton of money, so I don't know. I guess they're going to have to play her. Julie Almond, if she comes over to play. They got Ari McDonald's restricted free agent, so they're probably bringing her back. Swain, yep. Like there is a ton of players on this team. Obviously, new coach. I'm really excited for this Sparks team. I think lining up 5-on-5 with their starters, they're going to line up with a lot of teams. Rakia Jackson, second-year jump. Like, she's looking fantastic in Unrivaled. Cam Brink, need to see if she can stay healthy. I think Hamby and Plum being back together is going to be fun. Odyssey Sims not really having to do a lot, but just facilitate. I think that will help her out a lot. Like that's another team that I'm really excited for. And then the bottom ones here, we've got the Lynx. Like they obviously haven't made a ton of moves this year. Brought in Grace Berger off of the waivers. I like that pickup for them. I want to see her get a chance to play. Not sure it's going to be here. Not sure if Jessica Shepard is coming back. She's on the suspended contract, so would be a welcome sight for them for sure if she does come back. But they brought all their core back. Like all the starters are back. Heideman's back. Diamond Miller they were able to keep in the expansion draft. Same with Dorka. Same with Alyssa Peely. So they're a really deep team. Obviously, don't need to talk about them very much. I mean, they're a good team. I would absolutely expect them to be in the Final Four, fighting to go back and play in the championship again. Yeah, they do. They need. I really thought this is where Tina Charles was going to end up, and she didn't. So I don't know. Maybe they can talk Emma Meeseman into coming here, but it's pretty tough. They may be just counting their stars and hoping they get Jessica Shepard back where she can play the backup 5. But yeah, Alana Smith she's better served at the 4, just because if you have her playing the 5, getting beat up all year long, like she's going to get beat up and then not be her normal self in the postseason. Yeah, Afufa 1 slate if she's back. You never know. You never know. And that's the one thing about Cheryl Reeve. She's going to play whoever she's feeling that night. And it could be Afufa. It could be Grace Berger. It could be Diamond Miller. I was really hoping they would trade Diamond. I still am. Maybe they try and make a move to get a center, but who knows. The random Peely game. Yep. Get ready for it. That's the Cheryl Reeve. Let's see here. Then we got the Liberty. Obviously, they missed out on Satu. Weren't able to get her. Then they still have their entire core. I imagine they didn't want to part with Fibich and the pick to get Satu. Lost Courtney Vandersloot, but I think they're going to be perfectly fine. Rebecca Gardner has already said she's coming. They still have the reserve contract on Maureen Johannes. If she wants to come play, this team, you don't even need to say anything about the Liberty. Like they're going to be there, defending champs. They're going to be there in the end. Like they're going to be solid. Yeah, I don't know. Like will Johannes come back? If she comes back, like they're absolutely the favorite, and the odds for them to win the chip is at like plus 200 right now. So it's probably worth it. Let's see here. I just had it up too. Yeah, plus 220 to win the championship. So at plus 220, I mean, if you think Maureen Johannes is coming back, those are the odds are just too wide. Yeah, her versus Caitlin would be fun. I love Maureen. She's such a shooter. Then we got the Mercury. whose team is completely different. Will Diana Taurasi come back or not? I don't think she's coming back. Either way, this team is super, super fun. Like if they trot out a lineup that is, let's say they trot out Alyssa Thomas, Sammy Whitcomb, Kalia Copper, Satu, and Kalani Brown. That's a solid starting five. Alyssa Thomas is going to play the point anyway, so you don't really have to have a point guard. Then off the bench, you have Sevgi Uzun, you have Celeste Taylor, you have Natasha Mack, you have missing somebody. Oh no, they traded Herbert Harrigan. So that's a solid team. Like obviously, it would look better if DeWanna Bonner landed here, or if DT plays another year. I mean, maybe they can talk DT into playing one more year with the squad that they've got. So really excited for that team. Satu, AT, and Kalia Copper as the big three is going to be a lot of fun. Well, oh, thought I lost it. Went away for a second. Yeah, Mercury looks solid. I think the odds have them at like the fourth or fifth best odds to win the chip. I think that's about right. Like I think they're a solid team. Their depth is pretty weak though. That's the big thing. We'll talk these last two teams and then we'll get out of here. Let's talk about the Seattle Storm. Obviously, traded Joel Lloyd. Didn't get anything but the number 2 pick in return, which helps. I mean, they're going to get younger. They don't really have to have her scoring. They're going to have Gabby for a full year. Got Skylar, got NECA, got Ezzy, brought Alicia Clark back, brought in Lexi Brown. They lost Jordan Horston and Nika Mule for the season. They brought in Erica Wheeler. We're finally going to get to see Mackenzie Holmes. They brought in Lee Uru. They brought in Zaya Cook. They brought in a lot of younger talent. I'm really excited to see. I would imagine starter-wise, we see SDS, Lexi, Gabby, NECA, and Ezzy. I imagine that's the starters, and then you're going to have Alicia Clark, and you're going to have Clark, Uru, probably – like, you're probably going to have to play Wheeler some. Like, they still have Vivian's. Like, the bench isn't great when you lose Nika Mule and Horston. Horston was a big loss. Yeah, this is it. Lee's going to eat on the bench. And then any of those games where Ezzy gets in foul trouble or NECA gets in foul trouble. Imagine a game where NECA gets in foul trouble and they trot out Ezzy and Lee Uru on the court at the same time. Like, it's going to be a lot of fun. I'll like, Seattle's my second favorite team, so I'm really hoping they can piece it together. And like, they have pick 2. They're probably going to just draft Olivia Miles, and she's going to play quite a bit off the bench. So then they don't have to play Wheeler. So they have. I kind of like the move for them. Like, obviously doesn't help them this season, but looking into the future, like, I think it's going to be perfect. Lee at 4K, yeah, sign me up. Then we don't have to talk long on the Mystics because they haven't done anything. Unfortunately, I would love to see them trade Ariel Atkins. Maybe trade Atkins and like one of your late first or one of your future first later on down the line to get pick 3 from Chicago or something. Like, load up, get rookies, try and rebuild. Like, you have to fully rebuild. You have to commit to it. And they're not committing. Like, they're just going on, whatever. Can Sykes stay healthy? Probably not. Ariel Atkins, like, you should get premium top dollar pricing for her right now. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, they should trade both, but I don't know what they could get for Sykes. That's my biggest thing. Like, and then I can't believe they let Julie Van Loo go. Like, obviously you got Jade Melbourne, but like all their bench is bigs. Like, you think Big Mama Steph, Carly Samuelson's more of a 3. I guess she could play the 2. You got Jade Melbourne. Ingsler's a 3. She's not a guard. Like they need guards like a lot. And I don't know. And there's not a lot of guards like at the top end of this draft. Like I guess they could maybe they take a shot on like a Georgia Moore. She's rising in draft boards. If Azzy keeps playing well, like she may come out this year. I mean, she's been shooting the ball a ton and just been on fire. Then you've got like, I mean, the girl from Lithuania, Yakti, or however you say her name. I think she's more of a project, but that's what Washington needs. Like they need a project. So then it's tough. Like Cheyenne Sellers, it's you probably want to trade. That's probably like the back end of the first round. You got the Slovenia girl, Ska. Like she's big though. Like she's going to be the 3 or the 4. I don't know. Like they're in trouble because there is just not a lot of good guards. So that makes me think they're just going to try and run it back. Like Pow would be awesome on this team. Like she's exactly what they need. Sellers would be solid. I just want to see Washington commit to something. If that's like trading off Sykes and Atkins and fully rebuilding, or like loading up on picks this year, like let Golden State trade up a spot and get Malonga, and then you load up, like you'll have pick 5 and 6, and then you try and snag their second rounder for them to move up a slot. Yeah, their whole organization is suspect. I don't know what they're doing. I really would like to see Shakira get out of there, especially if they draft Malonga. But they probably will just hold her hostage, which would be unfortunate. But yeah, Ingsler's money. She made us a fortune last year. We were the only ones that played her. I think she was like 15% owned, and I'm pretty sure the Discord was like 14% of that. So, all right, guys, I am dying. My throat is killing me. My nose is stuffed up now. I think I'm going to call it. It was a ton of fun. I had an absolute blast. I will do another one of these probably closer to the draft after the season's over in college, and we'll get fully in the swing of things. But yeah, Azzy would be a good piece. Like Azzy, Pow. There's like Raven Johnson. She could be had in like second or third round. They just need to commit to something. Like just commit to it. Like rebuild. Your team is bad. Like I don't know. I hate it. I hate watching the team. Like they didn't get nothing for EDD. She just quit them, which I don't blame her. I mean, she didn't want to play there. So, but it is what it is. I had a blast tonight, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Good convo. Yes, it was. But that's going to do it for me. As always, check out Underdog. If you're not signed up over there, what are you doing? Sign up on Underdog. Use code CREPASS for a 100% match up to $1,000. Get you some free tokens. Get ready for the daily drafts coming up. Best ball, everything coming up. And then hop on over to Odd Shopper and sign up for premium content. If you sign up for the full season package or it's officially a year package, you will be entered into a drawing to win a WNBA jersey of your choice, delivered not directly from me to you, but delivered from my bank account to your home address. But we'll see you guys later. I'll be in the Discord if anybody wants to chat about anything, but that's going to do it for me, guys. We'll see you later.